Welcome to the Boujee Multipreneur podcast. I'm your host, Hillary Hushauer-Jones. Tune into my show where we discuss how to attract more money so you can spend more money. Hi, welcome back to the Boujee Multipreneur. I'm your host, Dr. Hillary Hushauer. Today, I want to talk about something that can completely change the culture of your clinic and your business, how you treat your interns. Now, I'm going to be coming from more of a chiropractic clinic owner perspective. So if you are not a chiropractor listening to this, I'm sure that your line of work has interns. So hopefully a lot of this can transfer over. But I see a lot of practices only take interns if they think they might hire them someday. And honestly, I think that mindset is missing the bigger picture. When we treat our interns with respect and mentorship and generosity, we're putting good energy into our profession, and it will almost always come back around. You know, what's the golden rule? Treat others as you wish to be treated. But interns really matter to practices and businesses. They're not just free help. You know, I see them as future chiropractors, future colleagues, future referral partners, and future clinic owners. So when a student rotates through your office, whether it's to intern or just to shadow you, they remember that experience for the rest of their career. And we need to leave good, lasting impressions. Some of the best referrals that I've gotten aren't always from marketing. They're from the students who spent time in our office and remembered how things ran, especially if they come back to the area and they don't end up working with us. We don't have openings. They don't want to work with us. They want to start their own. And I have, as a business coach, I have coached a lot of these interns after they've graduated, opening their own practice. And that's really fulfilling. So if you are running an office with high energy, you're positive, the interns will talk about it and the word will spread fast in the chiropractic schools or whatever university is that you are, getting interns from. I would say a mistake that clinic owners make is they only host interns if they're thinking about hiring. But mentorship, in my opinion, is bigger than that. I feel like not every intern will be the right associate. That's fine. Not every associate needs to come from your interns. Also fine. But every intern can leave a positive impression on your office. I feel if we pour into the students, our profession gets stronger. And good things tend to come back around, right? This is where we need to create positivity, and the universe will bring this back. It's more about generosity in your mentorship and having more of an abundance versus a scarcity mindset. And in this instance, I would talk about how some professionals might say, I don't want them to learn all my secrets or all my tricks. So I don't want an intern. I've literally heard this before, and it just like shocks me. And I'm like, what era are you from? Like, really? You don't want these young students to learn some great like tips and tricks to better the profession, better themselves, better their patients? Like, I don't know where that's coming from, but I disagree with that. The abundance mindset is more of the helping the world. Like, this is what we came to do. We're set here to help our gift and give our gift and help others and heal them. This lifts up the profession and it lifts up mankind, right? I know as chiropractors, this is why we went into this profession, is because we're helpers, we're healers. And we need to continue that even with student interns. So I always say, treat others as you wish to be treated. And I honestly do try to follow that. But if you are a chiropractor listening to this, like, what was it like when you were in chiropractic school? Did you have someone that answered your questions and showed you how real practice works? Not like just at those student clinics where you saw like 2 patients a day and you're like, oh my gosh, it was the best day ever. Did they really teach you business at school? No. You had like one business class, maybe two if you're lucky. But come on, that's like nothing. Like people get 4 or 6 year degrees in business, and like we get like 3 months. And then have you had a mentor like show you patient communication? You can only read so much and be book smart. But when it comes to talking to people and having empathy and sympathy, like these are things you can't read from a book. So it takes a mentor to teach us how to become like the great doctor that we are. And a lot of us, the great business owner that we are. So I would say like, let your interns observe like the real patient interactions, like bring them into this stuff. A lot of them don't want to just shadow for more months. Like they want hands-on because as we know, we all learn differently. Explain business decisions to them. I've had mine even help out with interviews with like front desk staff. I've talked about different things with them because at some point they're going to probably be doing that. And no one teaches us how to interview, how to do write-ups, how to fire someone, how to do like performance plan reviews. Like no one teaches us that. It's like these are things we learn over time or we're researching on our own. But teaching them that type of like the business aspect of it, and then asking questions, like sitting down once a week and saying like, what questions do you have for me? A good intern will have things written down that they've been wanting to ask you because they care. If they don't have questions, then maybe they don't like you or they don't care, or I don't know, but I've not come across that. But teach communication as in how we communicate with the patients, how we communicate with our employees, the community, and then case management. I love to say like, hey, take 3 of our new patient cases this month, look over them, tell me what you would have done without looking at the plan. And then I can go over with them what they're thinking. Sometimes they're under prescribing care, over prescribing care. They're set in their lack mindset. They're set in their mindset of they're not the doctor. They don't know what to do. And we really have to pull them out of that. It's a lot of mindset, right? And some of us that have been in the profession for 20 years, like we maybe forget what it was like. Also, this is a different era of students and life's different. So we need to consider that when we are talking to interns. But this is where like them being at our office can really fill that gap. And I think it's part of our responsibility. A lot of my colleagues and my business clients ask me, well, where am I going to find an intern? I just don't know. And I'm like, oh, it's not that hard, but you do have to put some effort into it, right? I would say one that I work with regularly, and I think they do a wonderful job at this, and I'm very happy to participate in this all the time, is Life University in Atlanta, Georgia. Actually, it's not in Atlanta, but close enough. They have a really great program called the Peak Mentorship Program. I love that. It's very well ran and organized, and I appreciate that as a type A. Palmer College of Chiropractic has a program. Logan University has a program. Sherman College Chiropractic has a program. But a career fair where you can get in front of them is great, and they can see the face to the name. And especially if you're like me and you have a good personality, I think that goes a long way than just seeing a name on a paper and then picking them like, hey, maybe I'll go to Indiana to internship, But you can meet the students and kind of introduce your office early because some of them will be like younger in school, and I will keep track of that. Like maybe they're in 3rd try, 4th try. They're not in clinic yet. They're in clinic. Introduce their office, invite them to shadow, invite them to reach out to you. Just build a relationship before they graduate and before maybe they decide they're going to do an internship. I have attended some at Palmer, and I think it's great. I prefer like the 4-hour ones where it's just not standing there for days all day long. But I know like Life has a great one that is like a 2-day. And so again, they're so great at their organization of this. When I go to the Palmer ones, I just tend to go there because it's closer for me. No other reason. But like I said, I love the Life University Peak program. I've been to the Logan career fair. Again, they've all been great. And I like to keep track of them. I keep a spreadsheet of the students I met, where they're from, where they want to go, what they're interested in. And then if I see something or I know that there's something upcoming, like let's say a female student, she's interested in pediatrics. She maybe doesn't want to come to Indiana, but I know that the Women's Chiropractic Association is going to host something for free. Then maybe I could send her that link in case she didn't know about it, because they're so busy that they may not have like the time to research all this stuff. So I'll just send out things like that. So I need a spreadsheet that I can like see and I can organize, where I have their name and their phone number and their email address, where they are in school. So if I met them in third try last year, I need to calculate what try they would be in now, ask them if they need any help or guidance, that type of thing. And you don't have to reach out every month. I mean, like once a quarter or twice a year would be sufficient, in my opinion. There's chiropractic schools that have like job boards, and you can put on there that you are interested in an intern. There's Facebook groups, social media. I mean, heck, put it on your website. I have a tab on my website for job opportunities. Put your internship opportunities on there too. Post things about your clinic. Life often emails me and asks me if I want to do a video about the clinic and things like that. And I sometimes have like my current interns be on a video or tell me something that I should let the other students know, that type of thing. I would say I just talked to a student the other day and he was most interested in getting hands-on. I was like, great. Yes, we can accomplish that. He wanted to know like how many patients we saw a week. And I was telling him, and he's like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. I mean, the most I've ever seen in a day is 3 or 4. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to throw you into like real life stuff, because clinics at schools are not real life. And he's like, I'm excited for this. And, it is really fun to hear their excitement too in their voices, and, put things on social media to attract the type of student you want. Also, the culture, like show them about your practice and what your learning opportunities would look like for interns and what makes your clinic unique. If you are eventually trying to hire an associate or someone to take over your practice, you might want to also talk about the area that you live in, like what's around, like what's a big draw to the area, why should someone move there, that type of thing. And then remember always to follow up. I would say most clinic owners that I talk to just don't follow up. And I know we're busy. And if you've heard me speak before, I love to organize and I love to put my dates on the calendar of my to-dos. So I would put down every quarter, I'd pick a day and I'd put a reminder to follow up with the students. Even if they're 2 to 3 years away from graduating, stay connected. So maybe every 6 months, you're going to check in. It will take you, a half hour max. Follow them on social media, congratulate them on milestones, like when they go into clinic and they have like their white coat ceremony or something like that. And remind them that they're always welcome to visit your clinic when they're on breaks or whatever, to call you. I would say some of the best relationships take years to grow. So stay in touch with the students throughout their whole chiropractic journey. Mentoring students helps us strengthen the profession. It inspires our future chiropractors, because we went into this profession because we loved it and we want to be healers and we want to help, but we need more. We're getting more people and we want to keep them away from the drugs and the surgery, right? We need to build like more lifelong professional relationships. The energy will come back to you. What goes around comes around. And maybe someday they're going to refer patients to you, or they'll join your practice and they can collaborate with you like later on down the road. Pay it forward is what I'm saying. They'll pay it forward. You pay it forward. But being a Boujee Multipreneur like myself isn't just about, building successful businesses. It's the people, the relationships, and the profession around you. So when we treat our interns well and we mentor this next generation of amazing chiropractors, we do create the ripple effects, right? That go way beyond our clinic and us now into the future. So if you are a clinic owner listening to this, I challenge you to do one thing this year. Reach out to a chiropractic school and host an intern. You never know who you might impact or who might impact you, right? Just because they're younger than you doesn't mean they can't teach you a few new things. So thank you so much for listening. Let me know if you need any help with this. This is something that I help coach other offices because I am so passionate about it. I am getting some things together right now for Life University for their career fair. And I'm going to put these cute little chiropractic stickers in a little bag. And I'm going to staple to the bag a cute informational card about like what it would be like to intern at my office with a QR code. I'll probably put a video on there too, just introducing myself in the clinic and maybe get the other doctors to come in and say hi just for like a minute video. And maybe I'll do a giveaway. I know everyone likes little swag and stuff, so they'll get these cute little stickers they can put on water bottles about health and chiropractic. But I'll probably do a QR code with an enter to win, maybe like $100 gift card to somewhere like Amazon or something. I do that. And even when I follow up with my students in like from the past, I have sent them and emailed them like Starbucks gift cards or whatever. And just like, hey, have a drink or a break on me because it's hard being a student. If we remember, none of us had money. So have a great day. Get out there and make some money. Click subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and let's make some money.